This is a brief video explaining about some new old stock and very rare USA-made 6SN7 type tubes. The first one here being probably the rarest and the most in demand, the Tung Sol 6SN7GT black glass with the round or sometimes called oval plates. This tube was only made in the 1940s, mostly for the military, but there were some consumer versions available too. Often came in a box similar to this with U.S. Navy, U.S. Army, or just JAN, Joint Army-Navy military type markings. Typically from the 1940s, this tube is very scarce, very wonderful sounding in hi-fi and in extremely high demand. Another tube that is about the same age that is also in high demand is the Sylvania-made JAN 6SN7W. The W type is a military. Any with the W suffix of this type is a military type. This is one of the famous chrome domes, as it's known, and it has a couple of T-shaped plates inside that are facing each other. This is one of the earliest of the Sylvania W types. Later versions were WGT and WGTA. This is a slightly later version of a Sylvania. This one is a 6SN7GT VT-231. This is a military type from the late 1940s to early 1950s. It's characterized by a couple of T-shaped plates inside facing each other, often found with 2 rivet holes, sometimes with 3 rivet holes. In the consumer version of the 3 rivet hole is sometimes called the bad boy tube. These are also excellent tubes and a little less expensive than the W or the Tung Sol types. Another VT-231. This one is a Raytheon. The Raytheons are usually almost identical to the Sylvanias with a couple of rivet holes in the top plates, frequently marked with military type markings such as U.S. Navy, anchors, JAN, or various types of identification such as that. Another JAN military type VT-231. This one is an RCA. The RCA is almost always gray glass with a clear opening on the top, and almost always with the silver label JAN and then VT-231 written on the base. Again, these are late 1940s, early 1950s tubes. They are very sweet sounding, and RCA is characterized by a fairly rich and warm sound. And finally, probably one of the rarer type of VT-231s is the Kenrad, sometimes listed as JANCKR, the KR standing for Kenrad, also labeled as VT-231. The Kenrad almost always has clear glass, although there have been some gray glass versions. They have 2 black plates at angles to each other and may or may not have extra support rods. The Kenrad VT-231. Finally, we have some brown base WGTs and WGTAs, the earliest being the Sylvania, looking almost like the 6SN7W black base type. This type has a brown mic and all heat resistant base and is marked WGT. 2 T-shaped plates with a support rod inside facing each other and a heavy chrome top, also known as a chrome dome. The later versions often had printing on the glass, were sometimes called WGTA, and had the 2 T-shaped plates, triangular shapes that were facing each other inside of the tube, and the chrome just barely covering the top of the tube. Sylvania made these for other brands too. This is a consumer version of the military type, the gold brand, characterized by the gold printing on the glass, 6SN7GB or GB 6SN7. Same as the military type except for the gold printing, and it was a consumer type. They made these for other brands also. This one is made for National, and it is also a 6SN7WGT, and it's marked as such and looks identical to the tube before it. And they even made some for Tung Sol. Here is a JAN military CTL, which is Tung Sol 6SN7WGT, and you can see it's again a Sylvania with the chrome top, late 50s, early 1960s vintage. Hopefully this brief video will help you identify that rare and very sweet sounding tube that you've been looking for so long. And if we can ever get our camera in focus, you'll be able to see how great these tubes are. But once you get a hold of them and put them in your hi-fi, you'll be able to hear how sweet they sound. Thanks. Give us a call if interested, 847-496-4546.